Hey everyone, welcome to the next video of this Python series. And in the previous video, I have discussed about recursion function and some programs related to recursion. Today, we'll see one program that how we can check that a word or a string is a palindrome or not using recursion function. So before that, let me just tell you what do you mean by palindrome. Let me write a word that is radar. Okay, so if you see the word, then just look at it, radar. If you just reverse the word, still it becomes radar. So if I reverse a word and it gets the same word again, then it is called as a palindrome. For example, if I write hello, that is hello, and if I reverse the word, it becomes olleh, so which is not palindrome. So here we can write that. So this is a palindrome. This is a palindrome word or a string, you can say. And the next one, so it is not a palindrome, not a palindrome word or string. Now, how to check it with normal programming? We have done it earlier. Now, in this particular one, we'll be seeing that how we can check this with a Python recursive function. Now let's write our program first, and then I'll explain the program bit by bit. So the first thing we are going to do is we'll define a function which will check the palindrome for me, and then we'll make it a recursive function. So let me create the function as is palindrome as my function name. So this is my function name, and I will pass a variable, let's say some s or any character you can take. Okay, so that's because we need to take a variable from the user and check whether it is palindrome or not. And in recursive function, always we need a base function to check out. So here we'll write if the length of s that the user has entered is equals to 1, means only one letter is entered by the user, then I should return that the answer is true or it is a palindrome. So how it will be used, we'll check while calling the function. Okay, now next is another program, another line condition will write that if s0, s0 means what, the first letter is equals to, sorry, is if not equals to s of minus 1. So what does that mean? So the first letter s of minus 1 means the last letter. If both are not same, first letter and last letter are not same, then obviously it is not a palindrome. In this case also we'll return false. Fine, false means if I'm checking outside the program, then it will return that it is a false condition and letter is not palindrome. So why I'm saying like this? So here you see hello. So h is the first letter and where o is the last letter. If these two are not same, obviously no need to check for other things. It will obviously be it is obviously not a palindrome number. Okay, now we'll come out of the if loop, and here we'll write otherwise in if these two cases not there, then I need to do return, and I'll call this function again palindrome. And here what we'll do, we'll call the function with the of the string we'll take, and here we'll be writing 1 to minus 1. So what does that mean? So basically, if I take a letter or anything, the first number is always your 0. The it starts always with 0. So if it is 0th, if I am writing s of 1, so that means I am checking the second letter, not the first letter. So if I am writing each palindrome s1 to minus 1 colon minus 1, that means I am calling the function with the string, and what becomes the string? The string is from the second letter onwards. It's not the first letter. Okay. So with this, we'll try to check it. We'll execute this code before I call the program and check it. So what we'll do is Okay, let's fine. So here let me take some random text. Let's say t equals to one string. I'll take. Let's say t equal to uh, m classes. I'll take. Fine. So here I want to tell about this what I have written in this line so that we can easily understand. If I write t of 0, okay, so then it means the first letter. If I write t of minus 1, then it means the last letter. Fine. Okay, now let us print this particular thing as t of 1 colon minus 1. So this will give me CLESS, so it will give me only this much of letter. Fine. So if I write here 0, then it will start from the beginning and it will give me the uh, give me till minus 0. It will start from the first letter and it will till give me the last second. Now you must be wondering why last second, because in Python when you take a range, so whatever the range I have written here, it will take the second last range. It will not take the first range, it will take the second last range. Okay, so if minus 1 I am writing, technically it is taking minus 2 till my count. So here if I write 1, then it is taking 1 to minus last second value. So if I execute this, it is taking starting from C. C is the second one and ending at E, which is the last second. So that's how I am accessing the second letter till the last second letter. And if further it goes on, it will be going like, then it will take L to S. So like this it will go on. Fine. So now let us call the function if. So what I am returning here, I am returning true or false condition. So if I just write, it is palindrome, and here I'll write x and will print the given string is a palindrome. If this condition is not satisfied, then we'll print else, print not a palindrome, not a palindrome. Oh, fine. So this is what doing, and what is the value of x? So that is the value of x I am going to ask the user. So I'll write input, enter your string. Fine. So this my program is now complete. Let us run the program. So it will ask me to enter. So let us take the same example as radar. So if I take a radar here, then it will, the given string is a palindrome. It will print me. Okay. Now let us enter something else like hello. Then it will enter me that it is not a palindrome. Now let us break down this particular one, how it is working. So step by step we'll go on. I'll try to write these things for you. Okay. Okay. First time, if I give the this value as here, if I enter radar as my word, then what happens? So when I'm calling this function, so the value of x is radar. So that means s is equals to radar now for the first time. Now it will check if length of s is equals to 1, then you return true, or else nothing to do, you check another condition. If s of 0 is not equals to s of minus 1, then you return false. In this case, s of 0 that is r, so here s of 0 that is equals to r, and s of minus 1 that is equals to here again r, so both are same. So that means this condition is not true. If the condition is not true, then obviously this will not be executed. Now this will be executed. Now what it is returning? Each palindrome it is calling the function again, and in the function what is the parameter passed? The parameter passed, so s of 1 till minus 1. So as I have explained this, so it will be s of 1 colon minus 1. That means the second letter from the beginning and the last second letter from the beginning it will take. So that means it will take each palindrome. So is palindrome, and it will take the string. What will be the string in this case? A D A. So because this is the first second and this is the last second, so A D A it will call now. Now it is calling a function is palindrome with a parameter ada as a string. So now what will happen? This once it is called again one more time. So this radar, instead of radar, the value of s will be now ada. Now it will check if the length is equals to 1. No, condition is false. So this is not going to be executed. Now if s of 0 and s of minus 1. So for this one, so s of 0 is what? S of 0 is, sorry, s of 0 is a, and s of minus 1 is last value, that is also a. So both are equal. In that case, this is also not executed. So it will come to this return again. Fine. So till once it returns the value, then it will not check anything. So in this case, now again it will call this function is palindrome. So now my word is ada. Okay, so s equals to ada now. So that is what now, so here s has become ada. Now when calling this function, so actually it will call, instead of ada, s of 1, that means this value, s of last second means also this value. So effectively it is calling only d. So only d is being called. Now s equals to d. Here in the last case, the value of s equals to d. If the value of s equals to d, in that case the length of s becomes 1. It will return true. Now once it return true, then here also what will happen, this function will be equals to true, and it will, if it is true, obviously it will take this condition. If it is false, then only it will come to the else condition, but in this case it is true. Now let's take the another example, like if I write hello here. So when it checks for the first time, when s equals to hello, in that case obviously the first function will not be true for the first case. Then s of 0 is not equals to s of minus 1. So that means s of 0 is h, s of minus 1 is o. So in that case both are not same, where this condition is satisfied. If the condition is satisfied, then it will return a false for me. So now what will happen, the this each palindrome in calling, so the value effectively will be false. So if it is false, then this condition will not be executed. It will execute the else condition, which is written not palindrome. So that's how this Python program can check whether a number is palindrome or not using recursive function. So we'll do some more example in the next video. So stay tuned.